Welcome back to another actual. This is the first time we ever do a live show after the European Champions League tie. So to my right, my man Culture Cams. How you doing today?
Come on, man. All good. I'm pumped. You know how it goes, man. I'm pumped. Liverpool holding smoke. I'm in a good mood, man. Waiting for 9 to obviously get in the building. I think he's running, man. He's running. He agreed in the beginning.
He's here. Let's try and get him in, right? There's no guarantees. He's been running after this game, but let's try and get him in and see what he's saying. Squeeze, can you hear us?
Yo, bro, can you hear me?
Now we can hear you.
We can hear you, bro.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear us?
Love you. Done.
Yeah. You seem charged.
Bro, I'm not charged, bro. Trust me, I'm not charged, bro.
Listen.
If you don't cry, you'll laugh, bro.
We had to do an emergency. Listen, I was watching this and I was just chilling. We were gonna do the show. And I was like, yo, we gotta do an emergency call for somebody to represent Liverpool today. And I was like, yo, let me shout my bro, see what he's saying. He agreed to jump on ASAP. So, bro, appreciate that for jumping on in the last second. But listen, we got a lot of things to talk about, man. A lot of things. Listen, bro, let's get straight into it. Liverpool got smoked. Bro, it could have been 10. No cap, it could have been 10. Talk to me, man. What's going on with Liverpool, bro? But let's talk about the match first. Bruv, like, how did this happen, man?
Brother, I'll be real. Milner, look, cool. First of all, we don't have good enough players. Like, our squad's not big enough. It's not deep enough. It's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got players like Milner, Fab struggling, Firmino struggling, Salah struggling. I think it's a combination of our best players not playing well. Obviously, Van Dijk as well. He's struggling as well. And also a few of our French players aren't being good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know story about Liverpool. Milner, who else? Milner, Gomez as well. He struggled a lot today. Firmino. Like, these players should have been shifted out quite a while ago. And obviously, they're still here, still being called upon. And yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? That's just today. And yeah, so today, obviously, we started poorly. Milner, same old shit, run up the pitch for no reason. Firmino struggling to get his first touch. You know what I'm saying? Salah not playing well. Diaz played well. But yeah, it's just a combination of the system not being good enough and also the players themselves not being good enough to play as well. So,
but the thing is, though, bro, this is gonna be Liverpool's team going forward for the rest of the season. So if you're concerned about the starting 11 or the lineup right now, and you mentioned Salah, you mentioned Van Dijk, you mentioned Firmino, these guys are still gonna play a big part in Liverpool's season. Let's not forget what Trent's on this season, bro, looking like Kyle Norton out there. So. Bro, what is going on, man? Like, that's going to be to your team for the rest of the season. So are you concerned for the rest of the season?
Right now, I'm on pause. I'm not concerned just yet. When Joe came on in the last 30 minutes, we controlled the game. Obviously, Napoli, they stopped playing. But I think right now, I want to see how we play with our best team. So Thiago, Firmino, and Harvey Elliott with Nunez, Diaz and Salah, and probably Matip, Van Dijk, and Robertson and Trent. So obviously right now I'm concerned, but I'm not as concerned because obviously we have had a few injuries. We've got a new player in already who's obviously going to come in, Melo. But yeah, man. So right now I'm not too worried. I'm going to wait until we get our best team together, and from there, then I think that our best player is Van Dijk.
I don't know about Van Dijk anymore, bro.
I hear that. Obviously, he's looking shaky. Obviously, we had an intense preseason as well. So obviously, that was an issue as well. So yeah, right now I'm not too concerned, and I'm gonna wait until we get our best 11, obviously, and then yeah, from there we go from there, man.
Look, the thing is, so to start in this game, obviously, the thing that was very evident from the very start was this high line that you guys are playing. And look, last season, the Liverpool fans were bringing how many offsides you guys caught teams out and stuff. I've never seen an offside stat in my life until last season when Liverpool's fans started bringing it out. Like, this is how good our line. We've caught this team out. See, these are 52 times this season or whatever it was, right? So I was like, okay, cool. But clearly, you guys keep relying on that high line at the moment. And bro, I'm not sure. Van Dijk doesn't look as explosive as he once done. That even if it does go past him, he'll catch you. He looks very labored. It looks like there's a lack of ownership with this high line now. Before it was like everyone is together, you're moving in the line together, and now it just looks like you're doing it because you feel like you have to. And it's teams are just running through that all day, every day. So like, talk to me about Van Dijk at the moment, because listen, Gomez is beside him. We know Gomez just come back from injuries and he's up and down. How good is he? We don't really know. Matip just come back, but Van Dijk is the one. He's meant to be the leader back there, and he's basically the captain now because Henderson is in and out. So what we saying, man? Because I'm telling you, that's not the guy that I once knew, bro. That ain't the guy, bro. Hey, chat to me.
I'll say Van Dijk having a shock of the season so far, 100%. Can't even deny that. I would say he's having to do more than he should do because of our midfield. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we've played Milner, Fab, and Elliott. That's not an ideal midfield if you're looking at defending transitions and counter attacks. And also, our press as well it's not as good as it was before. Obviously, Firmino as well, he's gassing out a bit. And I do think as well, Diaz is still adjusting to the way we play. Obviously, he came in Jan as well. So I think in regards to high line, it's being exploited more because our press isn't as intense. Obviously, if you watch the game against Man United versus Arsenal, they weren't very intense with their pressing. It's obviously that's how Rashford scored the last goal. So I think for me, Van Dijk shocker, I can't even excuse it. But he's having to do more than he should do because of the fact that our midfield isn't pressing. We're not as what do you call it? Like, we're not as
the press ain't as explosive. Yeah, it's not aggressive no more.
And also, we're not as athletic. You know what I'm saying? Like Fabinho's, he's not athletic. Milner's not athletic. Javier, he's not as.
Can we talk about Fabinho, bro? Can we talk about him? Are we already done the conversation about Fabinho?
Go on my tour. I've been talking about him from last season. I'm saying, like I said,
Casemiro's here, bro. Casemiro's touched down.
He's not comfortable on his own end,
bro. He's not comfy, bro. Like, check me.
Fabinho. Look, Fabinho is a player who he's not the most athletic player in it. So he's gonna need someone sitting next to him to sit with him to protect the defense. And also, he's been a bit bad in possession. Obviously, I feel like that's probably like a little rant. I'm saying like he hasn't been as bad as he is now. So that's a concern. But I think with Fabinho, in my opinion, we need to move on soon. Like next year, this summer, I've said it from the get-go. Go on my tour if you don't believe me. But again though, he's having to do more than he should do because players like Milner, Trent's playing badly, Fabinho's playing badly, aren't doing as well as they should do. So yeah, I think it's a combination of having to do too much, but at the same time not being up to it. Do you get what I mean? So yeah.
I feel like when I look at this Liverpool team, I'm not sure if you agree, Liaz, but when I look at this Liverpool team, I see it's funny because I said it in 2020, and then you guys went on this madness last season, so I had to eat my words a little bit. But now it's kind of come to fruition again that you look at the Hendersons, Robertson, Fabinho, Van Dijk, Mane's left, obviously Ginny left before, Milner, Firmino. These are like 8 players that I just named that were key to Liverpool being a top team, to being what you were, right? And then when you bring in your replacements of Thiago, Keita, Jota, these men can't stay fit. Konate, they can't stay fit. Do you think Liverpool are in a moment where it's the end of an era? You know what I mean? It's the end of the era, bro. Because I'm telling you, I'm looking at these lot and I can't see. Listen, they might do because, you know, you can never write them off. But when we're talking about winning the league, where Liverpool should be, winning the league, winning the Champions League, I just don't see it no more. Well,
let me say this about Liverpool, man. Let me say this about Liverpool. I look at all the greatest teams of all time. This is why I was always hesitant to give that title to Liverpool or even put them in that category. And I'm sure you're just going to disagree with me.
Close.
For me, greatness is not just about how great you are for one season. It's how much you can sustain it. And you sustain it by going through different eras and transitioning into... I remember Man United. That's the perfect example because Fergie really had 4 different teams. And the minute the likes of Roy Keane, Van Nistelrooy started to show signs of aging, he brought in the likes of Rio, Cristiano Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney. He did that like 4 times throughout his career. Manchester City are doing the same thing. The team that Pep won that title in 2018-19 with is very different to the one he has now. Chelsea, it's the same thing. Liverpool, I feel they were so close to footballing immortality last year. I say footballing immortality, 4 trophies in 1 domestic season. I can't think of any team in the modern era that's ever done that. It would have put them in conversation the greatest teams of all time. And instead of building on top of that and adding more players on top of that, I remember United, they won the Champions League in 2008. The next season, they brought in Dimitar Berbatov to a front 3 of Tevez, Ronaldo, Rooney. Liverpool have failed to do so. They've basically just sat back and hoped that the same players, minus Sadio Mane, which whatever anyone wants to say about him, was still a talisman for that team. He was still very important for that team. They've basically chosen to allow them to just go do it again. And I think motivation is a huge factor here, man, right? Like, you just went an entire season playing every single game in every single competition, and your ownership and board have basically told you, no reinforcements this time. Go do it again.
Listen, go on.
You know, I'll say that's like, I agree with Liez, and I think obviously that's the issue with Klopp and obviously John Henry. Klopp's a bit too sentimental, and obviously he's publicly backed our players that everyone knows aren't good enough. You know what I'm saying? He gave Henderson a new contract, gave Milner a new contract. He's given no-image players and contracts who don't really, if you want to stay at the top, they shouldn't be there. Do you get what I mean? And obviously I think, again, I think it's the most bait thing with Liverpool. Like, we just don't want to continue to build, continue to buy players, continue to invest money. So I agree with Liez, but I don't, because I'm a fan in that, I'm not going to say that we're done just yet. I think I'm going to give us maybe this whole month to see where we are. But obviously, it is heading that way. Do you know what I mean? You can't deny it. It's looking like the era is looking like it's coming to an end. Whether or not Klopp can find a quick fix or get back up, that remains to be seen. But yeah, I can't argue with the fact that it is looking like it's coming to an end, if we're being real. Do you get what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, listen, bad owners always catch up eventually, but Klopp has to take a lot of blame, as you mentioned, backing some of these guys, not wanting a midfielder, then in the end signing Arthur on deadline day or whatever it was, right? That he has got to take a big L for. That was a grave mistake. But I'm like this comment right here by D'Angelo, right? Real footballers are showing themselves this year.
What does that mean?
Only real footballers are going to last. All that other bullshit is here today and gone tomorrow.
You can't cheat the game. And there's one man in particular that's cheating the game, bro. And you know who it is. That's only on the right-hand side, bro. That man on the right-hand side. Listen, Mo Salah comes to the stage, man.
Tell me what you think about Salah. Like, what do you think is the issue with Salah? Because to me, I have no issue with Salah right now. Obviously, he started the season slow. But last season, we're forgetting what he was doing. Do you get what I mean?
With Mane there. With Liverpool firing.
But I'm of the opinion that we do not miss Mane one single bit. That's my opinion. I don't think
you miss Mane.
Me personally, I think with our issues, bro, Milner, what's his name? Fab, Trent. If they're playing well, Mane doesn't matter. Do you get what I mean? Like, how does Mane affect their performance? Like, you get what I mean? Like, to me, the Mane stuff gets me angry. Do you get what I mean?
Mane, bro, I'll tell you what Mane brings to Liverpool. Every single time I can remember in the last 4 or 5 years that Liverpool were down and they really needed someone to step up in the big moments, Sadio Mane is there every single time. You can't debate that, bro. Did his athleticism, did his explosiveness kind of leave him towards the last 2 seasons? No doubt about it. But in terms of actually showing up and showing out and being held accountable, you can't ever doubt Mane in that regard.
All right, cool. So Mane, what, do you win with Mane today? Do you win with him?
I
don't know about today.
Mane. The thing with Mane is that even when Liverpool, as he's saying, even when Liverpool play bad, Mane can always come up with the good. You can rely on Mane to come up with some goods. You are part of the reason why Mane left the club, you know. Liverpool fans.
That's Mane, bro.
Liverpool fans
was cold.
Liverpool fans did not give him the respect that he deserved.
Yeah.
Liverpool as a club, they don't want to give him the money, but they'll give Henderson new contract, Milner. But when it's time to give money, the P's, they didn't want to do it. This is the reason why he left.
Max contract Salah is looking kind of funny right now, bro.
And this is the thing, though. This is the thing, because I've said for a long time, right? Listen, with Mo Salah, you look at, even people are going to talk about stats and all this type of stuff. He got given 2 assists. For one of them was hit his back the other day. I saw it hit his back. He didn't even know it happened, bro. Like, for me, Mo Salah is a great goal scorer in a great system. But in games like these, where you want a talisman for me is the one where you look to, he'll drag your team through. And when I look at Mo Salah, he's just not that guy. And he's doing it again this season for me. Yeah, in the end of the season, he's going to rack up some stats and everyone's going to be like, already, like how they're saying, he's created 21 big chances this season. But when you look at the big chances created, he's only created 1. He's only created 1 big chance, but he's got 21 chances. And they're saying he's in a more playmaker mode. Save it, bro. You know what I mean? Save it. For me, this is just reiterating what I say about Mo Salah all the time, bro. And I'm watching him close this season. He needs to come through because now the whole team are looking at him, bro. Yeah. The whole team are looking at Diaz is the one. And the reason why, I'm not trying to hear anything about it is because I watch Liverpool and Diaz is the one that's carrying the fight all the time, bro. He's the one that's driving up. He's the one that's committing men. He's the one that's taking shots. I'm looking at Salah. He's just standing there. He's waiting. He's waiting for someone to create for him. He's waiting for something to happen. Diaz don't wait, bro. Diaz don't wait. And I'm not even saying Diaz is like unbelievable, world class or anything like that, but he don't wait. Salah waits for the game to come to him. And that's not what a talisman does for me.
The one thing I'll give Salah, right, is that Salah this season is actually playing like a pure winger. Like he's actually he's been pushed out because of Diaz. Liverpool have never played with a striker like Diaz since Klopp has been here. It's been Firmino, it's been Jota, it's been Sadio Mane. They're all like diminutive little, everyone rotates around each other. Salah has the license to kind of roam inside, leaves the whole touchline for Trent to come down and basically occupy as much space as he wants. The whole system is different now. And I know Diaz doesn't start every single game, but Salah is playing much more like an out-and-out winger now. And you can actually see in his numbers, right? He has the most chances created in the league this year, albeit only one of them is a big chance. No, one of them is a big chance. That's the only issue here, right? He's kind of giving the illusion that he's still contributing. But guys, when we're talking about some of the best players on the planet, and I know everyone hates this discussion, and I'm not trying to bring it back here, but Eden Hazard at his peak gives you a moment of magic every single game. With Mo Salah, you don't get those moments. And is he a more lethal finisher? Yes. Is his movement inside the box better? Yes. But in this new role Salah is giving you, he's not going to have as many goal-scoring chances as he used to. He's going to have to give you more in terms of threat, in terms of creating, than he's currently giving you right now.
I fully agree. I just think, what's going on with Liverpool at the moment is, bro, you just need a refresh, bro. I think you just need a refresh. It's gone stale. I don't know if FSG are going to dig out. People are talking about, when I tweeted about just messing around about Bowley should go and grab Klopp or whatever. People are saying Klopp's talent ID is mid and that. So I don't know. I'm thinking his recruitment's been pretty decent at Liverpool.
It is.
So they need to give him some probably more money, and he, as you said, he needs to lose this loyalty to players and stuff. But another thing is though, you look at obviously I know you brought in that Calvin Ramsey guy, but you let Nico Williams go and stuff. Do you think there was a possibility? Because Trent lately has become very active, on interviews, and he's getting a bit, he's a bit gassed, right? He's getting a bit gassed. Do you think there's maybe a sense of he's getting a bit too comfortable? His only competition, who was Nico Williams, got sold. Bringing a little younger like Calvin Ramsey, not going to challenge him. Do you think someone like Trent might need that? Because Robertson, he's not playing well, but Tsimikas is loading on him. Trent, bro, the guy he's terrible this season, bro. What do you think? Do you think he's getting too comfortable or what?
I think, do you know what? I think Trent, to be fair, I like Ramsey. Obviously, he's still young. He hasn't played much football, but I like him, and I think that he can push Trent. However, Trent's definitely been poor this season. I think, obviously, when you look at his attitude, when he's playing, tracking back, running, he's not playing the way he used to. I think maybe the Champions League final, obviously he's when he gave away the goal, or his fault for Vinicius scoring, I think that might have got to him. And also I think because of the fact that he had an intense preseason and also he'd been playing most of the games. Obviously, Klopp's taken him off a few times, but I do think there's an element of being burnt out. But I do think, he's definitely been a bit too cocky. He's definitely, piping up a bit more in like Twitter and whatnot. So, but I do think an element is that our players aren't burnt out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Klopp plays these players day and night. Do you get what I mean? Trent, Van Dijk, Fabinho as well. Do you get what I mean? So there's an element of both things. Do you get what I mean? Obviously, there is a bit of cockiness. Like he is playing a bit too poorly and he's moving a bit like he don't care. But I do think that he's burnt out a bit. Do you get what I mean? So yeah.
Trent has 3 assists this calendar year, by the way. Trent has 3 assists this calendar year.
Bruh. Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. Even on the ball, he hasn't been good. Like usually it's like, all right, he's not defending well, but he's slanging in them crosses. Everyone's eating, but lately it's looking kind of, you know what I mean? It's looking a bit funny. But we can't move on from this Liverpool topic without giving some props to Napoli, man. Listen, people, I put out a tweet saying, who's the gems to watch this season? Blah blah blah. Everyone said KK. I'm not even gonna bother trying to say it.
Kvaradona, that's what we're calling him, bro.
Number 77. I'm calling him 77, right? So people told me 77 is the one to watch. So I was like, all right, cool. Let me tap in today, bro. And a lot of players do, when they are direct and run at you, they do get, kind of good games against Trent. But it's not about that. It's about the way he was moving the ball, his intensity, how direct he was. He looks a very, very good talent, bro. Obviously, they're saying Maradona because obviously he plays in Napoli and stuff. But aside from that, bro, he looks a baller. Have you not been keeping your eye on him? Or
I was on a podcast. I was on a podcast recently, and some guy next to me, my boy Faisal, he actually hyped him up. What the hell is this guy? He's like, Kvaradona, bro, you gotta watch out for him. This was like 2 weeks ago, and since then he's had like 2 outstanding games for Napoli. The kid looks like a star, man. I don't know where they find these players, and like there's that kid at Shakhtar Donetsk too, the Ukrainian one who looks really good. So maybe those are 2 players to really look out for in the future because they've torn it up first week of the Champions League. Yeah,
this was my first time watching him play today, and bro, he skinned Trent like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I think, do you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of a faster Grealish.
He reminds me a little bit of Chiesa, He's giving me
He's a little way more like. I like the Grealish comparison, low key.
Yeah, it's like a faster Grealish to me.
You reckon? Yeah.
Good feet, like can keep it in central areas, and he's got pace. Do you know what I mean? Something that Grealish don't have in it. So yeah, I think he definitely looks like a gem. And that guy from Shakhtar as well, he looks good as well. But
Modric.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's skinned. That guy killed Trent off. I think even like a video going on Twitter about I think he skinned Fabinho and Milner at the same time. So yeah, he's cold. It's cold.
Yeah. Napoli.
Alves' legacy is safe, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. It's safe and secure.
Not yet, bro. Bro, Trent 23, 22, 23.
Nah, he's safe and secure.
Listen, Napoli were intense. They were on it. As we said, it could have been 6-0, bro. It could have been more. Like literally, in the first half, it could have been 6. Yeah, and the atmosphere over there, bro. It was a great performance in Napoli. Can't take it as much as Liverpool are poor. Wow, what a performance in Napoli. And listen, we're always looking out for who can that dark horse be? Who can that, of the tournament? I'm not now going to say they're going to win it or anything like that. But could they be that team that, you rock up to Naples, you're getting run up out of there? You know what I'm trying to say? So who knows? It's going to be interesting to see that. But let's move on to some of the other news that's happened. Of course, this is aside from the Champions League, but of course it affects a team that actually lost yesterday in Chelsea, bro. Tommy Tukes out the door. You know what I mean? I already did a Twitter space about this. It's on my Twitter if anyone wants to go and check that out. But what are you saying about the sacking? Do you think it was deserved or do you think it was a bit too early? 9.
Shocked. I was shocked. Obviously, I knew that there'll be pressure starting to build, but I did not think that he'll get sacked this morning. Obviously, Tuchel's been bad for a minute now. I think for about a year. I think he's managed Chelsea for 100 games, isn't it? So the last 50 games, it's been really poor. So yeah, I'm shocked. I don't know what Chelsea are gonna do. If they're gonna go for Potter, they've got to stick with him long term, which I don't think they will. But yeah, I'm shocked. Yeah, definitely shocked. I think, bro.
I was gonna say, right? at first I was like, okay, it was coming. But the more you think about it, right? This is the most I think, I don't know if it's official, but this is up there with the most expensive transfer windows of all time from a single club. And of course, that's normal. Inflation, like, it's going to be more expensive than Chelsea 2004, of course. So many of these players are his players. Aubameyang, for example, is his player. That's his signing. Does any other manager bring Aubameyang on the last day of the window if it's not Tuchel? I don't think so. Cucurella is a back five signing for Chelsea because they didn't need a left wing back. They didn't need a left center back. They needed depth for both positions. Now, if a manager comes in and wants Chilwell to be their starter, where the hell does he fit in? He's just a 60 million pound asset that it's kind of just floating around. So, with all that being said, and you can go through every single signing, and I feel the same way about almost all of them, to fire him 7 games in, it's been a horrible start to the season. But it's not like the season is done, right? For me, anyways, I don't believe Chelsea were just out of the top 4 reckoning. I still believe with how the season has started, and I look at Liverpool, I look at United, Spurs are flying right now, but even them, I'm not 100% convinced by them. Arsenal is Arsenal. They weren't out of the top 4 reckoning. I look now, they're going to hire Graham Potter. It seems almost certain. Is Graham Potter guaranteed to get Chelsea top 4? I don't think so. I think long-term, he's a better appointment for Chelsea. Do this at this stage. I think the timing is completely wrong.
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is that, like, as we keep saying, long-term only exists if you do well in the short term. And 9 is the best example of his club right now, of Liverpool and Klopp. Klopp was not like he wasn't doing this. Like, he came in, right, and he had to do well in the short term. Like, you guys wouldn't have just accepted some mid and then all of a sudden, oh, wait till year 3, he's coming. No, you want to see steady progression. He got Europa League final. He got the Champions League final. He was making noise at the highest level, right? And I just think this word of long term, that's the same thing that, you know, we were hearing with Oli. The same thing that we were hearing with Arteta. The same thing. This long-term thing is like, when do you... I just don't think it's a real thing. You only can do well in the short term. People say, for example, Conte is short term. Let's say, for example, if Conte goes and, let's say, wins a trophy at Spurs this season, do you think he's not going to go and sign a new 3-year deal? Yes, he will. And he'll, next thing you know, he's done a 5-year job over there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's all about doing well in the short term. Then you can start saying long term. But when you're saying we're looking for a long term coach, what the hell does that mean, bro? Potter has only been at Brighton for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Like, we're acting like he's done 10-year jobs at clubs. And this is what United did with David Moyes. Oh, he's done 9 years or whatever it was at Everton. He's a long-term manager. Let's bring him in. And what happens? You sack him in 7 months. Do you know what I'm trying to say? In 7 months. So this whole long-term thing isn't really for me. If Potter comes in, he's got to go and have a great season. He's got to have a good season. Because as much as Tuchel, I knew it was going down. It was always going to slide down, and he was going to eventually get sacked. But to do a better job than what Tuchel has done,
it's hard.
You have to be competing for the Premier League. Like, to do a better job, because he finished 3rd, he got in cup finals, he's won the Champions League. So bringing in Graham Potter, you're basically saying you think he can win the league, win the Champions League, and compete on all fronts.
You're basically saying, Cam, is Graham Potter a better man?
Your thing cut out.
Yeah, think cut out.
So,
you're basically asking. You're asking that.
Your mic's bugging. Yeah, so I just think it's a big thing. And the thing is, you look at it, Brighton and Bournemouth are the smallest clubs in the Premier League. And then you're going to Chelsea, who are a volatile club, one of the biggest clubs in the world. It's a big ask. I do think he's a top coach, though. I do think he's a top coach, but it is interesting. But look, Bowley, clearly it wasn't his man, innit? Clearly, bro. New manager comes in. New owner comes in. He's trying to get rid of all of Abramovich's stench. Marina's gone, Czech is gone, and now Tuchel's gone, and his coaching staff. See you later. Clear out. I run this place. I'm gonna bring in my man, and we're gonna start a new philosophy on how this club should look. And fair enough, you know what I mean? Roman Abramovich jumped into Chelsea. Ranieri was doing a decent job. He said, "Get out, Jose Mourinho, come here." I know Potter's not Jose, but listen, that's you got to make these big calls. So let's see how it works out.
That's what I was gonna say, Cam. I don't know. Before my mic cut out, I was asking, like, basically the question you're asking by this appointment is: Graham Potter a better manager than Thomas Tuchel? Because he has to be to do a better job than he did. The job that Tuchel has done at Chelsea, albeit ugly to watch, especially the last 6 months, has been effective, bro. He has, 60 wins in 100 games or something like that. It's a crazy record that he's got there. Graham Potter's got to do wonders to do better than what Thomas Tuchel just got finished doing.
Yeah, I think the thing with Potter is that obviously he plays with a back three as well. Chelsea fans apparently don't like playing with a back three. So I don't know how that's gonna go. And obviously again, like with the players as well, you've got players like Havertz. What's gonna happen like with him? We've got players like obviously what's his name? Broha, Pulisic. These like what's gonna happen with these players? You get what I mean? So I think with Chelsea, they're in a pickle. If we're gonna stick with Potter, they gotta take some pain, suffer, and Chelsea fans and they're like Chelsea are not known for that. You get what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with Chelsea. But yeah, hopefully, like me, like I can't lie, like I would prefer that they get Poch personally. But yeah.
Poch's stocks are so low, it's crazy, bro.
No one wants him.
Bro, he needs to go be like manager of Chile or something, try to win a Copa America or something like that, rejuvenate his name. But let's move on from that, man. Obviously, Spurs won today, 2-0. Richie got 2 goals. Conte's Champions League record is always under scrutiny. Do you know what I mean? Guys, on the FTBL channel, go and watch the videos and talk about the 5 teams that I want to see impressed in this Champions League. So, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe as well to the channel because we're going to be doing a lot more of these after Champions League nights. But yeah, Spurs won, of course, 2-0. Marseille had a red card. They get through that. Their first game, I think it is Champions League game, in the new stadium. Haaland continues doing his thing. I mean, he's a monster. I'm just hoping we can load a little over-reliance on Haaland thing, but I'm cooking that one up in the lab. You know what I mean? That one will come out soon. That one will come out soon. I'm just watching that one unfold. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about Barcelona, though. I feel like Barcelona are an interesting one this season, bro, in terms of Lewandowski just got a hat trick, by the way. Again, you know what I mean? He eats up in the Champions League. But
That's what he does, man.
Barcelona can do this season because my man has said, Xavi has said, we're not contenders, we can't compete. But, you know, everyone will say these things. But you look at the team that they got, man. Their team is cold,
Stacked.
bro. You know, defense is... I can see teams get out their defense a little bit.
I think with Barca, yeah, I think the players that they brought, I think it was clear that they want to win now. La Liga, Champions League, they want to win now to be able to get more money to be able to sustain their squads. I think definitely for me, I think they're my dark horses, although they're not really the dark horses. So for me, yeah, I think Lewandowski, Dembele, Rafinha, Gavi, Pedri, that's a disgusting team, bro. You get what I mean? So I think for me, Barca are dark horses. They've got their stuff nailed on. Lewandowski's a demon. And Dembele as well. I think I saw him do up like 3 guys and
oh my god. Let me, bro. Can you speak on Dembele for a second? This guy is so unbelievably talented, and I've been saying this for years now with Dembele. Everyone jumped off the train. People sold their stocks too early. I'm telling them, man, that kind of talent it's uncoachable. Bro, I don't think there's a better winger on the planet at slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, and speeding up and beating his man. He can go outside, inside. Bro, and the minute he starts getting finishing on lock, there was like this quote the other day that Lewandowski told him, like, yo, you got to start working on your finishing because he's got this one chance like crazy. The minute he starts adding consistent finishing in his game, bro, we're looking at the best out-and-out winger on the planet.
Best player in the world.
Oh, bro. let's let my boy cook, man. Let's let the
you
boy
lost
cook.
Me. You lost me.
Yeah, let's let the boy cook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nah, Dembele is unbelievable, man. Honestly, like both feet. And when you're talking about a talent like that, and then you're talking about Ansu Fati, you're talking about Rafinha, you're talking about Rafinha, you're talking about Lewandowski, you're talking about Pedri, Busquets, Ferran Torres coming on, good sub option. We saw what he did at City off the bench. This is a team that should be competing. Do you know what I mean? Definitely. In my opinion, and I can't lie. I think this Champions League is going to be very interesting this year. I think it's open, and I think the best teams ain't as good as they were. Maybe like Liverpool are not as peak. I still think City are good. I know everyone's going to talk about with Haaland and stuff, but I still see a bit of naivety in City a little bit. You know what I mean? We've seen it in the league already, and we see. Listen, yeah, it's impressive going 2-0 down in the Prem and coming back. You go 2-0 down in Europe, you're out, bro. Like, and we've seen them do this. We've seen them do this year on year. So I think we'll see. PSG for me as well, still a bit. I don't know. I'm not super convinced. We'll see. We'll see. So I think this Champions League is going to be mad interesting, bro. I think we might have some sick fixtures later on. It's just a shame that Ten Hag's boys ain't in there.
We would have stormed the whole comp.
we would have counter-attacked teams to death. And
that's the worst, bro. Worse.
But let's talk about PSG as well, of course. Mbappe doing his thing. Listen, I've seen the actual UEFA Champions League site put out a tweet. Yeah, put out a tweet saying Haaland or Mbappe. Haaland won by 72%.
That's crazy.
Premier League tax, bro. That's Premier League tax right there, bro.
That's crazy to me. I can't lie. That's crazy to me.
It's
Mbappe. Can I just say this? I'm gonna put out. I don't know if it's common knowledge at this point or if I'm the only one who believes this. Kylian Mbappe is the best player on the planet, and I don't know how many times I have to keep saying this over and over and over. Benzema had a great year last year, and on form, I think he deserves the Ballon d'Or, especially for what he did in the Champions League. But Mbappe is the best player on the planet. Haaland is terrific. But Mbappe is the best player on the planet. And until he gets his dues, his flowers, I don't know if it's going to take him winning the Champions League with PSG or eventually leading the whole damn league. But he deserves his flowers, man. There is no one better than him at this current moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're talking about of impact, I can agree. You know, of course, you know me, I'm the type of guy. Yeah, maybe because I like football and I'm a purist and all this type of crap. But when I see like Mbappe on top form and I see like a Neymar on top form, you know what I mean? I know who I'm taking. I'm taking a Neymar. But if you're talking about just the way man impacts the game purely, because that's what football is about nowadays, just about who impacts the game. You're talking about Mbappe's at the very forefront of that with Benzema, with Lewandowski, with KDB. Them man, obviously Salah before this season, but them man impact games always.
Bro.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? But the way I see it is that Haaland can be called the best striker in the world. And if people see it as that, I don't know. I still think Benzema, Lewandowski, I still think Kane. There's a lot of stuff, right? But whatever, these guys are top strikers. Even if he does reach to that level, people, for me, can only say Haaland is the best striker in the world. I don't think Haaland will ever be called the best player in the world. The best player in the world cannot be taking 8 touches per game and scoring. Like, yeah, it's nice. You're devastating. You are. But Mbappe's package is just more. And I'm not saying Mbappe 100%. Has the highest package in world football. But, yeah, I mean, you got to look at it. And I just think he can be called the best striker in the world. But when we talk about Mbappe, we say is he the best player in the world? I've never heard anyone ever say, is Haaland the best player in the world? No, I've heard, is he the best striker? Yeah, but I've never heard, is he the best player? And that's how it separates for me, bro. You know,
bro, no, it's a fact. Mbappe, right? He takes you on the left. He takes you on the right. He can beat you with pace down the middle. These days, too, people love saying he's this high pace, high line merchant. You look at the average high line around Europe, it's the deepest in the Ligue 1, bro. Like these guys are playing at their own goal. He's disgusting. But yo, we got a super chat here. I'm interested in knowing what you guys think. I already know my answer. What you guys taking? The duos, right? It took me a while to understand this too, Kim, but I got it. This duos. Would you rather have Neymar and Mbappe from PSG, Dembele and Lewandowski from Barcelona, or KDB, Haaland from Manchester City? I know my answer. What do you guys got?
I know mine straight away.
Well, it's crazy because you're looking at that's actually a crazy one, you know, because Neymar and Mbappe, when you're looking at just pure entertainment, pure generational talents, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're looking at them on ability. Dembele and Lua, you know what I mean? They're loading, obviously. But the thing about KDB and Haaland, right? Even though this is the robotic side, it's funny because these are the robotic side, the foosball. This is the foosball section. But them, man, actually are looking like a partnership. Yeah, I mean, Neymar and Mbappe have their little issues at the moment. You know what I mean? Mbappe should have passed to him. Yeah, I know Neymar assisted, but Mbappe should have passed to him. Dembele and Lua are loading. But KDB and Haaland, we already know. If you see Haaland has scored and you see KDB assisted, you can close your eyes. You know what's happening. Can you say that for the rest of these guys? Can you say that for the rest of these guys? You can't. Literally, the goal he scored yesterday, I was like, oh, bro, we're gonna see this. We're gonna see this over and over and over again. Do you know what I mean? So if you're talking about actual duo, I actually think it's KDB and Haaland. But if you're talking about who I just want because I just want to vibe with my team, I'm taking Neymar and Mbappe, of course, all day. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, well, the poll itself, according to this guy, thank you again for your super chat, yo. Appreciate that. But he says that I think UEFA or someone ran a poll for that, and Haaland and KDB won by 72%.
Wow.
That's mad. Haaland seems to have this juice right now. You know what I mean? So he's got this juice. But when you think about it, they are looking like a real partnership at the moment. Drilling crosses. Like, he looks for him. When you watch KDB now, first thing he does is, where's Haaland? There's so many times now he's putting a cross in, or he's trying to do like feed it into Haaland's feet instantly, and maybe Haaland might move behind or whatever. But listen, on ability and stuff, it's obviously Neymar and Mbappe, and I'd prefer to watch the other two, Neymar and Mbappe, Lua and Dembele, than Haaland and KDB. But on pure efficiency and whatever, broski, these men are a real duo at the moment. They're actually
Dembele Lewandowski might have a case for that in a few months, though. Because you talk about like one player finding the other consistently. Dembele's crossing is it's a cheat code. Who you got, 9? Who you got out of those 3?
Bro, do you know what? I was gonna say Lua and Dembele, because I just feel like that's just the perfect combination. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you got the Dembele crossing ability, he can create, and Lewandowski killer goal finish, obviously. But obviously, instead of goals and assists numbers, straight away, you know what I'm saying, it's definitely KDB and Haaland. But yeah, I think I'm off the same thing as Cam still. Do you get what I mean? I think football wise, Mbappe and Neymar are just different level. But obviously, I think for me personally, the perfect combination at the peak of their games, Dembele and Lua would do well together, I think. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think so too. That's a sleeper pick.
It's going to be interesting to see. Would you agree, though, Haaland more likely to win Ballon d'Or before Mbappe? The only reason that could happen, the thing is, it's hard because I think if Man City win the Champions League, even if Haaland scores 45 goals, KDB will win the Ballon d'Or, I think. You know what I mean? That's just
KDB's PR is off the charts, bro.
Exactly. And it'll be a legacy award. You know what I mean? Like, yo, listen, thanks for the service you've been giving us, bro. You've been running close every year, pretty much. But I just think if they did, it'll be KDB. But Mbappe might have a better chance because, one, he plays for a better nation, plays for France. I don't think they will win the World Cup, but they can go and win the World Cup. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you're looking at an Mbappe. So I don't think it's really that straightforward. Maybe because he's playing in the Premier League and it's got the most juice potentially. But does the Premier League still haven't had a Ballon d'Or winner since Ronaldo? So can we really say that? Do you know what I'm saying? But Liga 1 obviously is looking crazy.
Can we address this, bro? They're cooking you in the comments about your perceived Bundesliga tax. Is Loa beating it?
Bundesliga tax is real though. Let's be honest. See, now they're lying because I never put Aguero in that conversation. But Suarez and Benzema, all day long.
100%.
Do they think I'm changing my mind about that? Because he scored a hat-trick against Vittoria Plezan or something?
Aguero would be crazy, though. But for me, Cam, this is the way I think about it, right? Bundesliga tax, I agree for certain players. But I just think when you got 86 Champions League goals in your career, I think that's when it just like goes out the window. But I agree, he's behind both Benzema and Suarez.
No, I've never doubted if Lua is an all-timer. I've always said Lua is an all-timer. But God forbid if peak Suarez played in the Bundesliga. Honestly, God forbid. God forbid, bro, because it would have been monstrous. I'm not hearing it. For me, it will always be Luis Suarez and it will always be Benzema. However, Thingy is a great player. Lewandowski is a great player, but he's not Benzema and Thingy for me. And I've had him above Aguero, so I don't know why they said Aguero, but yeah. But listen, let Aguero play in the Bundesliga too.
Yeah.
Let him finish 20 games in a row, bro. What do you think about this? How do you judge who wins the Ballon d'Or? Is it most goals in the season or is it the best footballer? I think it has to do with both, right? And then like you involve trophies won, even though it probably shouldn't be that way. Whoever wins the most trophies or interlap of two different teams, like Jorginho, for example, he might be high in the Ballon d'Or. What's your perceived ranking for that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think it's both for me. For me, it's both. Like you can't just be, for me, a Haaland who just bangs goals and gets the trophies. I wouldn't personally vote for him to go to get the Ballon d'Or. I think he needs to be a good footballer, affect most of the game, be able to obviously be decisive. But yeah, being a good footballer has to play a part. And I think for me personally, it plays probably a bigger part. What Salah? What, Salah? Oh, last season he was.
The day Salah wins the Ballon d'Or is the day the integrity of the sport goes out the window, bro.
Cool. For me, being a good footballer matters the most. Yeah, I mean, I think for me personally, I think if you're good on the ball, you know what I'm saying, technical enough, blah blah blah. I think for me that plays a part. Obviously, goals, trophies, that plays a part as well. But for me, being a footballer makes sense. And Salah last season, he generated football. Last season,
What does that mean? I've seen that expression on Twitter before, bro.
Who started that, bro? There's one
you think you're one of those guys, bro.
Bro, I'm not letting that one run. Generated football, bro. What?
Bro, Salah played football. Salah, like I'm saying, like he played football, and obviously, for me, last season was like his best season in terms of looking clean, technically.
For half a season, sure, and then he came back from AFCON and forgot how to play football.
Come on, though. Let's just move on.
You can't have this conversation with me. You know that,
bro. Let's move on. Let's not do that.
Bro, land.
Cool. Look. For me, yeah, Salah last season from August to about Jan, best player in the world. Can we say that?
Not for me, but
not for me. No.
From August to
Benzema. That's what people misjudge, bro. People think Benzema just started showing up in the Champions League. This guy was matching Salah goal for goal, assist for assist throughout the season, bro.
All right,
I get what he's saying though. His form was amazing.
Cool. Yes, Johnny came back, didn't win AFCON, didn't qualify for the World Cup, and for me personally, as a Liverpool fan, because I watched probably basically every game. He played well, do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we didn't win the Prem, we didn't win champs, but like for me personally, he maintained a certain level to be able to go on to win the Ballon d'Or if we won the champs and the Premier League. Do you get what I mean? I feel like if we won champs and Premier League, no one would say, "Oh, Salah don't deserve it because he dropped off from Jan till May or whatever." Do you get what I mean? So for me personally, I think he dropped off, but for me, the level was still good enough to maintain it and go on to win the
yeah, I hear what you're saying. I feel like Mbappe was great last season as well. I feel there was a lot of stuff. Obviously, Salah in that form, and he was scoring those goals and stuff. He was amazing for sure. But I don't know. I didn't think he was going to win it, and rightfully so, he's not. But when you look at the best footballer or best most goals, clearly, you know, I mean, this era have been showing that, you know, whoever scores the most goals, you know, they're always in the final kind of list. Back in the day, it was more so about who's the best footballer. I just finished watching the documentary about flipping Luis Figo, and he won the Ballon d'Or. He was never ever gonna have the most stats.
Same with Nedved.
Zidane's, Nedved's, and all these type of Ronaldinho. Okay, Ronaldinho.
You know what changed the Cam? It's the Ronaldo and Messi era, in that you had two players playing at such a high level. And the only way to distinguish them is one scores 60, one scores 65. And how do you distinguish them?
Exactly. And now it's being put down to anybody. Now, if you just score, you should win the Ballon d'Or or whatever. If that was the case, then Lewis should have won the last couple of Ballon d'Ors. You know what I mean? Because he was eating up everything. So it's really inconsistent on how they do it. But I think you always kind of get that feel during the season, stats or not, who has been the best player in the world, or at least in the league or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Who's impacted the most? And so I think we're going to start moving maybe towards the Ballon d'Or eras of maybe not the most goals and assists, but who's impacting them high kind of leverage games, especially. So I think we're going to start moving more towards that. But listen, guys, there are some final questions before we wrap this up.
What are you saying about Vinny Ballon d'Or, bro? I think for the podium, I think he's got a chance, bro. I think this year definitely has a chance, bro. 40 goal contributions, a huge part of the Champions League winners, the winning goal in the Champions League final. And for me, if they gave a most improved award like they did in the NBA, he would literally have won it the first month of last season. Yeah, I can think Benzema number 1, and then Vinny has a case for 2 or 3, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Vinny was a bit unbelievable last season.
I agree. I don't think this season, though. I think probably Benzema probably Benzema, Mbappe. For me, Salah probably top 3 for next season.
Can we sneak some in, bro?
Personally, bro, personally, innit? I think possibly, with Vinny and Salah, but whatever. But yeah, I do think in the future he's got a case for sure.
There's a few, but the Liverpool bias is really showing it in here right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Guys, throw us. We're gonna take 2 more questions. We still got a super chat to go through. Yeah, I think Modric is the best midfielder in the world as well.
Right now.
And then I think Modric, and then you'll probably go like KDB. You know what I mean? Because KDB is a weird one because he kind of been playing in kind of like a very high up, but he's just too devastating, bro. He's just too devastating on games. It's silly, you know what I'm trying to say. So, but yeah, guys, draw us questions and we'll pick the 2 that we want to go through, and then we'll wrap this up, man.
I'll go to the super chat while we wait for more. Hold up. So the super chat, I kind of left it towards the end because it wasn't really relevant to the Champions League.
Big up Sane, by the way. Sane
scored a brazy goal. Yeah.
He was looking sharp. I want to see that guy come back, man. Real wingers on the way back. The Fugazi ones are on the way out. Won't name names, you know what I mean? But let's
go. Score prediction for this weekend. Who we got?
Tottenham, man. Tottenham for me, 2-1.
It's at the end.
Yeah, I'm going Tottenham as well.
I think it's gonna be a draw.
Tottenham seems to have great results at the Etihad. This seems like a beautiful Conte game. Only thing is, sometimes you just gotta hope City don't play. I mean, Spurs don't play like how they did against Chelsea. It was a bit too far. They had no counter option. They still need to make sure they have that counter option. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, but I'm actually going to go for a surprise little Spurs win. I'm going to go there.
You know what? I'm actually seeing because Son's not playing as well as he should be right now.
Bro, what better game to reinstate himself?
He loves playing against City. My God.
True. But I think I'm going to see it because Haaland is just... He's disgusting. So I think I'll go City 2-1. I'll go City 2-1.
Yeah,
I'll go 1-1. This is the last question. Last question.
Has Modric superseded Iniesta, Xavi?
I don't like.
That's one that can go on all day, honestly, bruv.
Look, in my opinion, look, Modric, top player. You know what I'm saying. I love him, good player.
Don't get disrespectful on me, bro.
However,
don't get me.
However, I don't like the way the football community like to give more credit to players who peak later on in their careers. Do you get what I mean? I think I'm not sure with the numbers. Listen. If we compare Xavi's best years, let's say it's 10 years. I'm not sure, so don't quote me. But
08-09 is his best season. 2008-09, that's his best season.
No. I mean his peak, or his prime. How long?
08-09, like 12-13. There you go.
So what? So wait, say that again, bro.
08-09.
Yeah.
So I'd say 2012-13. That's probably the best Xavi.
What? 3-4 years?
08-09, 09, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 5 years.
5 years. And Modric is what? From Tottenham, I'll say what?
No, I'd say 13-14 to honestly now, bro. Like he's still, I would say, like at a top level.
I can't lie, bro. I remember Modric in 2008 bossing Lampard and Gerrard in the game.
But he wasn't world class though.
No. He wasn't world class, but he was a quality player. At that point, he was one of them players who you look at and you're like, listen, somebody needs to sign him. Yeah, it's one of them kind of, somebody's gonna grab him up one day or whatever. I remember him bossing that. You know what I'm trying to say? And then when you look at Modric, then he went to Real Madrid. Obviously, Spurs. At one point at Spurs, I thought he was the best midfielder in the league, alongside Cesc Fabregas. Them two were quality. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And then when you move on to what he's done at Real Madrid, yes, Modric. The thing about Modric is he's got that longevity. You know what I mean? But it's about how much people rate those things. Do you rate how much people are in their peak? This is what people were doing, the kind of Van Dijk argument as well, like the peak. You don't really know. But for me, Xavi and Iniesta. The one biggest credit that I would give Modric over Xavi and Iniesta, it's all debatable, honestly. It's all debatable. Yeah. I think people think it's disrespectful. It's not disrespectful. Modric is in the conversation. Yeah, so the one thing that I would give Modric over them is how often do you say Iniesta without saying Xavi? And how often do you say Xavi without saying Iniesta?
They're synonymous.
They come like a packet. They're like Twix. They're like Twix, mate. You know what I mean? They come together. Yeah. But you can say Modric alone. You can say Modric and Kroos, you can say Modric and Rakitic for Croatia. You don't need to even mention them guys. Modric is always that figure. But you always got to say Iniesta when you say Xavi. You always got to say Xavi when you say Iniesta. That's my only thing. But it's all debatable, man.
The
Like,
smallest
you know
of margins at this level, right? Greatness is so hard to even you bring in a guy like Zidane. Like, how can you compare Zidane to? I know you actually. No, hold up. If you want to get disrespectful,
Not yet, not yet, no.
But
Listen. Let me say this here. Zidane, how many been here? Whatever, I don't care. Cool. Listen here.
he's not part of the question. Modric, Iniesta, or Xavi. I'm not letting you. No.
Cool. For me, I'm going Iniesta
as the best.
as the best.
I think it's tough. I think Xavi, bro. Do you know why Xavi? Do you know why I'm gonna go Xavi? Modric is so good, yeah, so good. But again, it is the thing that he had Busquets and stuff. Obviously, you think he's got Cruz and Casemiro, but bro, you know when Xavi used to control the game.
Zizou's a rage.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into Zizou. That's my goal. But when Xavi, used to play football, I used to hate watching it. It used to annoy me how much he's controlling the game. I remember these moments, bro. I used to sit there like flipping hell, man. Like, this is boring, bro. He was boring me of how good he was at keeping the ball, dropping the shoulder. Like, bro, the guy was just another level when it comes to the brain. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, for me, the greatest controller ever. So, I'm probably still going to lean towards him because he just amazed me, bro. Somebody that wasn't fast, somebody that wasn't, and he could just move away from you just because he was smarter than you, bro. Like, different level, man, different level. But Zizou, hey, that's my goal, man. No, there ain't no talent like Zizou, bro. I'm telling you, man. Now,
Nah, I'm going with you, bro.
What was that tweet? There was a tweet, that Nine did. That
about Gerrard, right?
No, it wasn't even the third one.
I think I said Zizou. Yeah, I think I said he's. Yeah, I think I said that he's.
Not the overrated one. There was a player that you were talking about that you said that you've never seen before, and I came back to you like, but you said that you watched Zizou. Do you remember that? I'll load that.
Send it to you because I can't remember. Mum's.
I'll load it up another time. I'll load it after this, man. But listen, guys,
we got one more. We got one more super chat. Hold up. There was one more super chat. Are Man United finishing ahead of Liverpool?
Don't be silly, man. Don't be silly. Don't be silly, bro.
We're the underdogs, bro.
That's nothing. No way.
Listen, top six is our aim. We'll let these big dogs do their thing. Top six is our aim. We're not involved. You know what I mean? We play tomorrow. We're minding our business. Do you know what I'm saying? We're not involved. We move in silence, as I say. And then we'll talk soon, innit?
It's nothing, though. It's nothing. No way.
Talk soon, man. We'll talk soon. That's all.
Big bad Liverpool. Surely not. Couldn't happen. Not in a million years. All right, guys, that's the end of the show. Thank you to everyone who showed up. Thank you to Nine, my guy, for coming through. Cam, you know the boy. Like, subscribe. What else is there? Share. Subscribe. You know all this stuff. You
notifications on. Do all of that, guys. Make sure, because this is the home of my content, right?
Yes, sir.
It's the home of my content. United State of Mind is dropping tomorrow. A new segment about Manchester United, how it's going. So United fans that follow me, make sure you guys are tapped into that. Turn on your notifications, like, share, subscribe. You know what I mean? And we're gonna be here for tomorrow. I think we're here tomorrow for the Europa League for Man United match reaction as well. So yeah, guys, make sure you're tapping in, and we'll chat to you guys soon.
Peace.
Yeah.